After the success of a Hornet, Honda's bringing that formula to the retro scene with a new CB1000F. But here's the question. Can it take down the Z900RS or Yamaha's XSR900? When it comes to horsepower, the CB makes the most out of the three, putting out 123 horses, followed by the XSR, and then the Z in last place. As for torque, the CB's on top again. The Z takes second place, and then the XSR comes last. But weight is where the XSR really shines. It's the lightest of the bunch at just 196 kilos, with the CB coming next, about 20 kilos heavier, and the Z adding just one more on top of that. And when you look at the power-to-weight ratio, that lighter build actually helps the XSR make up for its lack of horsepower. It ends up with the best power-to-weight ratio overall, followed by the CB, and then the Z at the bottom. So personality-wise, the Z is the most traditional one, not the most powerful or the lightest, but tuned for solid mid-range performance with smooth, predictable power delivery. The XSR is the fun one, light, agile, and full of character thanks to its torquey inline 3 that delivers punchy acceleration. Meanwhile, the CB sits right in the middle. With its displacement advantage, it's very well balanced, strong at the top end, while still offering solid low to mid-range pull, making it the most versatile of the three. Both the Z and the CB are powered by inline 4s. The CB uses the same engine as the Hornet, though it's not identical. Honda made a few tweaks, revised camshafts and intakes with longer, narrower funnels that shift the focus from top-end power to stronger mid-range torque. They've also changed the gearing, shorter first and second gears for better initial acceleration, while third through sixth are longer than on the Hornet to take advantage of the engine's fatter mid-range. The Z, on the other hand, borrows its engine from the Z900, but it's also been slightly detuned to focus more on mid-range punch. Meanwhile, the XSR runs the same inline 3 from the MT-09, completely unchanged. The CB's extra power mainly comes from its displacement advantage, around 40 cc more than the Z and 110 cc more than the Yamaha. All three use a DOHC setup for the valve train, and when it comes to compression ratio, it pretty much follows their power figures. The CB's the highest, followed by the XSR, and then the Z. Power is sent to the rear wheel through a 6-speed box with a slip and assist clutch on all three. The new 2026 Z900RS finally gets a long-awaited electronics upgrade. It now comes with an IMU, which unlocks cornering ABS and lean-sensitive traction control. On top of that, it now has electronic throttle, giving it access to power modes, a bidirectional quick shifter, and electronic cruise control. However, there's still no slide or engine brake control, and the wheelie control is tied to the traction control. Kawasaki also keeps things old school with an analog speedo and tachometer, no TFT display or Bluetooth connectivity here. The CB also packs cornering ABS, an IMU, ride-by-wire, and power modes, but misses out on a quick shifter and cruise control. There's no slide control or individual wheelie control either, though Honda does include adjustable engine brake control. It does one-up the Z with a TFT display that supports smartphone connectivity for music control, turn-by-turn navigation, and phone notifications. Oh, and it also comes with a keyless system. The XSR takes the lead here. It's loaded with all the features of the other two, and then goes a step further with adjustable wheelie control, slide control, and a back slip regulator. Chassis-wise, the XSR and CB both use perimeter frames, aluminum on the XSR and steel on the CB. They share the same frame designs as their siblings, the MT-09 and the Hornet, though both get revised swing arms and subframes that slightly change their geometry and feel. The Z, meanwhile, uses a steel trellis frame, a modified version of the Z900s, adjusted to fit the RS Classic fuel tank shape, and a flatter subframe to match its one-piece retro-style seat instead of the Z900's upswept tail. Up front, the XSR and Z are fitted with fully adjustable KYB upside-down forks, while the CB gets show as separate function big piston forks, which are also fully adjustable. At the rear, only the XSR offers full adjustability on the shock, while the others are limited to preload and rebound adjustments. For braking, all three bikes come with dual front calipers, Nissan calipers on the CB, Kawasaki branded ones on the Z, and Avix on the XSR. All three bikes run the same tire setup. The XSR's got the longest wheelbase, while the Z stands the tallest. When it comes to fuel economy, the Z and XSR are pretty even, while the bigger CB's a bit thirstier. However, with its larger fuel tank, the Z ends up offering the best range overall. As for pricing, we'll use the UK MSRP since the CB's only out in Europe and Japan for now. The CB takes the win here, priced at £10,599, undercutting the XSR by around £500. As for the Z, the 2026 price isn't out yet, but judging from the 2025 tag of £11,699, it's probably going to stay about the same, or maybe go up a bit, now that it finally gets that electronics update. In terms of raw power, the CB's got this one. That bigger engine gives it more punch across the board, plenty of horsepower, strong torque, and overall the most well-rounded bike here. As for the Z, Kawasaki actually made the RS model a bit tamer than the standard Z900, which, fun fact, would have actually made more power than the CB if it wasn't the tune. The RS focuses on being more user-friendly, with upright riding position, smoother and stronger low to mid-range delivery that's perfect for everyday riding and comfort. Meanwhile, the XSR is all about fun. It loves to rev, it's super punchy, and thanks to being the lightest here, it just dances through corners, effortlessly flickable and playful, with enough punch to lift the front wheel without even trying. And when it comes to electronics, the XSR takes the win again. It's loaded with the most rider aids and features as standard. Same story with suspension, fully adjustable front and rear, unlike the other two, which only get fully adjustable forks. But when it comes to price, Honda strikes back. The CB's the cheapest here, even if the gap isn't huge. So, which one would you go for? Drop your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I'll see you in the next one.